I'm Dave with Rampant Wolf Games with...
Chris, who's not with Rampant Wolf Games. I am from DSX Machina, and we're going to do a long overdue Kickstarter Roundup, which we haven't done. Probably because it's January, February, March kind of sucks. April's kind of the month where things kick up.
Yeah, and part of it is just really, honestly, the market's a little saturated these days.
How many things do you have? One currently in transit backing, or how many things are still waiting to deliver?
It's to deliver? No, we're not going to go into that.
We're not going into that, but you have one thing that I actually have one. There might be a second or third, depending on the conversations we have today.
Yeah. I just have the one that I'm backing right now, and it is Folklore.
Yes, but oddly enough, didn't show up in the queue.
That is weird.
We'll take a look for it, because oddly enough, the one I backed is also didn't show up in the queue.
Oh, that's weird.
So
they're not popular.
Exactly. Okay, so the first one we're looking up is Kingdom Rush, Rift in Time. Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to back this one. Because first of all, when you stare down, it's got some great preliminaries. Mm-hmm. Don't know who that is. I don't know who that is, but I do know who Man vs. Meeple and Rahdo is.
I would only care about that one. These three, Man vs. Meeple, they gave... You remember Titan Dice? They gave Titan Dice an astounding review.
And they positively covered who goes there to death. Yeah. I think those... Yeah, I like their coverage. I don't trust their opinion, because I don't think any of their reviews have been terribly honest.
No.
Rahdo,
honestly, they seem a little like, we're sometimes dry, but we're not that dry.
Did you ever see the last con? It was a top 10 disagreements between Rahdo and Tom Vassell, and Rahdo ran off a top 10 of things he disagrees with Tom. It's really colorful and really showcases how different their opinions are. It's really quite interesting, but you never really, because they don't talk about each other that much, but they're friends, because because Rahdo came to his convention. Mm-hmm. And he does bring him up, but it's one of those things where he doesn't bring him up. Like I never see him bring up anybody else, but Tom will bring up Rahdo on occasion. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting. Rahdo's opinion is definitely. I think Rahdo and I are a little similar, because the vast majority of our games are played with two players, with him and his wife.
Fair enough.
And you play with groups mostly. And I think Tom is never without. Tom's priority is kind of to be played with my family. Yes. And he has a lot of kids. You don't have that burden yet.
Yeah.
I do trust Rahdo's opinion. Rahdo has made a couple stances that have been surprising. Like, he went against Gen 7, which I thought was surprising. Not really heavily against Gen 7, but he was slightly critical of Gen 7. He was slightly critical of the more adult version of Stuffed Fables. Comanauts.
Oh.
I know, because I kept on wanting to say Coma Ward, but it's Comanauts. The interesting that there are 3 games that came out in like 6 months, all dealing with people in comas. Is that weird?
Surprised? No.
Anyway, this one apparently is based on an app.
Doesn't.
And it's based off of an app. It's based off of a tower defense game, so it's a cooperative tower defense game. That generally turns me off, but the positive buzz is getting me to look at it. The graphic design is nice. It's mostly card-based. The only miniatures are the characters, so as a result, it's relatively inexpensive. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you have your own characters, very animated-like.
Tower defense games, for me, are interesting digitally. Analog, I think, would be boring.
I think you're right. My thoughts on that is somewhat complicated. I think a tower defense can be good. I think that no one's been able to translate it. I think a video game cannot be translated point by point into a board game.
No, because the special effects is the thing for me. Because when I set up a tower defense game and I set up all the towers,
I don't want to have to deal with the enemy. My job is dealing with the towers.
My job was dealing with the towers, and then it's done. And then it's just I watch them get vaporized. And I'm like.
Yeah, that visceral joy of seeing things cook off.
Yeah.
Where in the board game, you have to do minutia. You have to do, Yeah,
no. This one doesn't do it for me.
I might still back it. It seems interesting. I know that the way they did it was tetrahedral, so you're not controlling one guy. You're controlling groups at a time, so you don't have to worry so much. I'm going to do some more research. I know probably after this video goes up, Dice Tower will have done a full playthrough, so I'm actually just like the last game I watched. I'm into backing it, but it's interesting. Like they all have their own little.
Oh, it's interesting, but for me, it doesn't. there's certain things with video games you can't adapt to analog, and some of that is that you need the special effects. Otherwise, it's just
$59 and $79 for the King Pledge, limited edition deluxe upgrades, which is kind of the thing now. I like that almost everyone's doing it exactly the same way. You notice that? They have a base pledge. Sometimes this one doesn't, which I was surprising. But some of them like $3 get you access to the pledge manager to buy the game later, which I'm surprised they didn't do. They have $59 and $79, so they have the retail and then the deluxe, and then a version basically for retailers, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing this now. No one's doing like the 14 pledge levels anymore.
No. Well, that was like Mandara. It was 1.
Yeah, here's the game.
Yeah. But there was add-ons.
Yeah.
In the pledge
I'm just surprised that ever since the concept of him buying in and getting the pledge manager later, I know it allows people to pay in and track and then buy it later. I can see the positive and negatives, but there's a part of me that thinks like if you have a manager like CrowdOx, or why don't you include that as a pledge level? Because it seems like it would just be a given because it allows you to generate additional income later.
Yeah,
I'm still on the fence on the 2 or 3 games I've backed.
Yeah,
I literally like one of them is Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom I almost paid for, and then I said no, it's still there. I can go back to it any time to buy it, but I just need to justify the money.
Yeah, like that was for me with Reichbusters. $1. I keep getting notifications, complete your thing, and I'm just like, no, I'm good.
Oh, you're not going to go through it? I can see that. The other one is the Japanese Onimaru. Onimaru is
I did $1 for that one, and then I went. I've gone in so many times, added stuff in, and I'm just like, I'm like literally to the point where I put the credit card information, and I'm like,
I have gone to that,
and then literally I'm just kind of like, oh look, I'm going to open another window and do something else.
Yeah, I've gone to that. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe the vast majority of people who played $1 don't end up buying it. Maybe it's one of those things where you want to create that tension. Like if you don't get it now, it's never going to happen. So I guess I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious to know what the psychological advantages are. So that is this one. I think Nicole, my fiance, expressed interest in this, but we'll see. Like I said, it's not a huge price point, which I really appreciate. They blow through their goal. They're at 350.
Yeah, but what was their goal? 26,000.
Where does it say that? Oh,
so many games these days have such low goals. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's the thing that's been worrying me about those places that they hit their goal and then they cancel it. They're like, oh, we actually needed to make more than that. I'm like, then why'd you have your goal so low? And I can see that, but I don't know.
Well, the one that canceled recently that I was quite sad about was Exodus Chronicles.
Oh yeah,
because it was the re-release of Exodus, and basically it was everything for Exodus in a collector's box with some updated art and stuff. But people said it wasn't enough to justify it, and I'm just like, I've been trying to get this game for 2 freaking years, and they canceled it.
All right, on to the next one, and we got Dungeonology. So 314,000 of a 79,000, like that was more of an honest goal. 80,000 is pretty high, but they made it.
I was looking at this one, but I didn't have it. It was
wow. That is a lot of game. Like that is a lot of game.
But here's something also they've done. They've done limited pledge levels.
I hate that. But like this is not cheap. 79 euros is $130, $140 Canadian.
Yeah, it's not cheap. But you get a baggie.
Pinch me. I enjoyed that. Ooh, that's a great little... I like that. That's a cool little effect. It's hypnotic. It's like watching a lava lamp.
By the same token, I don't know about this.
Oh, you can tell this game is French because there's a French Kickstarter page. This feels very French. Look at those miniatures. Oh!
Yeah, I don't know.
It's is it cooperative? What is this? Oh, I love like some of this art style. Some of this art here is really good.
Oh yeah, it's good art. I don't understand. I think it's just another dungeon crawler.
It's really, really that's nice. Really hard to crack into that market now.
Like scroll down.
That is nice.
Scroll down.
Down.
No. Huh. I'm just looking at this.
Places to put your cubes, double layer boards like inside. That's cool. I'm curious. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to take a look at that. Did it mean it? It almost
cue up the video.
It almost feels like it's a really expensive version of what's the tiny
T6?
No, TMG game. Tiny Epic Quest.
Sound or no?
No. Because this is picking up. It's like he's saying, be quiet. Man, the efforts some of these guys put into their videos. Like, that's really... Like, look at all that. Digital effects. Ooh, Dungeonology. By the way, dumb name. It's not a good name.
That's it?
That's it? 35 seconds?
Oh my god.
Wow, they didn't even show the game. It's like,
no.
You know why? Because the French, they don't speak English. They don't want to be on their video. So, yeah, I would. It's just $130.
It's a gentle pass.
Your game's pretty... Okay, so this one...
We're going to go with the caveat. It's Ryan Lockett.
He's going to...
But here's the thing.
Near and far, above and below.
But here's the thing with this one.
He doesn't need to go on Kickstarter.
It's a card game.
He doesn't need to go on Kickstarter.
No, and this is a card game. It's not even in the same vein as the rest of his other games. It's just kind of like, oh.
It's not a story. It's not a storytelling game. Cheap though, $22. Good lord, $22. That box is small.
Yeah, no, it's just a card game.
The World of Arzium, is that where all of his games are set in?
Yep.
Those cards look very familiar. In fact, I do believe...
Yep.
Those are exactly the illustrations from Near and Far.
It is.
He is recycling illustration from Near and Far. I'm not there's anything wrong with it, especially if it's a $22 game. And Rescue People. Okay. 34 land cards, 12, 96 player markers, 16 artifact tiles. Not a lot of game.
No.
Those coins are from Near and Far. Actually, no, they're not. They're a little different. Like, quite literally, these are literally the same illustrations from Near and Far.
There's not enough game for me.
Yeah, there's not a lot of game there. He probably had a nice idea, recycle a lot of old components. I like his pledge levels once again. Let's see, $22 for the base. $42.
I'm the most negative Kickstarter reviewer, just so everybody knows.
$42. I don't care how good your game is. If it's that small, I'm not going to spend 50 plus Canadian for it.
It's more than that. Scroll back up and look what the conversion is.
$56 Canadian. Yeah.
Plus shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Like, you get a lot of look at that. A Red Haven fan box, Gen expansion. I was like, and the fact that 1,300 people have backed that's crazy. So 165,000. He's not hurting.
Because right now he's just printing money with his name.
Yeah, he is. I haven't.
And you look at that art style, and you're just like, oh,
that's Ryan Lockett.
Well, no, you look at that art style, and you're just like, oh, Near and Far. It's like, no, it's not.
Is his other game Haven in the same universe? I have to assume, because Haven doesn't look like it's borrowing any art assets from the other two games. That's why it surprises me about this one, because this one does. I mean, Above and Below, Near and Far, they feel like follow-ups. They feel like one's a sequel, so I can see certain art assets.
Well, and then you've also got like Islebound too, right?
Which I haven't played. I haven't played Islebound.
Yeah, I mean, you got all three together. You look at them and it's like, oh, they're very pretty on the shelf.
Yeah. Well, we loved Above and Below when we had it. Near and Far, we play a lot. We enjoy it. I'm just a little disappointed that he's not even trying to use more art assets. Okay.
Pass.
Arcana of the Ancients. Oh, 5e. Oh, look at this.
Skip.
No, I'll skip it, but this is what's annoying me. So this is a 5e science fantasy source book. Really? You can say that? Stylings of Numenera, the 5th edition, written by designers very experienced with both games. Guys experienced. They're not hired by those people. So Arcana of the Ancients, a 5e science fantasy source book. I really hope my campaign does well when it launches, because I have a much better reputation, thankfully, than these guys. And look at that, 556,000. 5th edition games are doing better than board games now. Like, that's nuts. And then they have $20 PDF. This is also very common. This is how role-playing games do it. They do a cheap PDF, and then they do the physical copy, pledge level, and then they'll do something else. Wow. And it's just a 5e book, right? It's because they dropped the magic word. I'm surprised they got to use Numenera, because Numenera, I don't know if it's really, really kosher to use Numenera and 5th edition in the same sentence. But anyway, we'll skip on. RPG, so we'll skip.
This is one that I saw and I was just kind of like, ooh.
March of the Ants.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Eisner, I know that name.
Yep.
How do I know that name?
I can't remember.
He's done. Let's take a look here. No,
thinking of somebody else, must be.
No, he's had his name on something else. Okay. So, Euro game.
Mm-hmm.
$35.
Scroll down.
Neat.
I'm interested by the modular board.
Has replaced Eclipse from my gaming group. Designer of Gia.
Say what?
So is it a 4X game with ants?
It is. Actually, that was why I was interested in this one, because it's a 4X colony building game.
So instead of building a star empire, you're building an ant colony.
Yeah.
That's that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Do the ants get to have the voice of Sylvester Stallone and walk around with guns? And I guess not. Yeah, no, it's hard enough for me to get behind a normal 4X game, and I like science fiction more.
This one's impossible for me.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. I just like 4X.
Yeah, you have a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
What's the buy-in?
What is the all-in? Scroll down. If that's all
45
in, yeah, scroll in.
45 for the March of the Ants and a copy of Empire of the Ants with all the stretch goals.
And what's down further?
So it's $59 for that one.
That's everything.
Yeah.
$59 for all in?
Yeah.
What's Immortal Ant? That just gets you your name in the game, right?
Yeah. You'll use your
Now that is a lot of game for not much money.
Because there's no miniatures. It's all card based and wooden meeples, right? It's amazing once you take out miniatures how cheap a game gets.
Yeah.
It is surprising. Yeah, but no, if it's just cards, oh yeah. That's why I'm always amazed whenever a card game is like, oh, this is a $65 card game. I'm like, there's only cards.
Yeah.
Where does this money? It's like Apocrypha is like Apocrypha. You go to a retail shelf. Apocrypha can sometimes run as much as $80. Mm-hmm. I'm like, where is this cost coming from? It is not that expensive.
So I'll give this one
maybe
1.5 thumb up.
Yeah. All right. And on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I can't say the name of it. It's going to be a gentle pass, most likely.
What? Sukumi? I like the fact that they have their rating on Board Game Geek already, even though that rating is unless the game is unless the game has been out, it's how much hype it has. It's like, oh, there's an 8.4 rating of excitement because 3,000 people put high reviews because they're all backing it. They want it. They want the game to be good. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. It's just popped up on my Facebook feed a lot because they've been sponsoring the hell out of it. It looks like a mess.
It does.
It looks like a mess to me. It just does. And once again, the basic game starts at $100. But yeah, it just seems like there's a lot going on. And
yeah.
The moment I see a lot of miniatures in a game, you have to do a lot of work to convince me because too many games they rely on their miniatures to sell them. And the other thing is that whenever I see miniatures that are color coded, I usually get squeamish because usually that indicates whenever I see color coded miniatures, the miniatures themselves don't have much detail rather than standard resin miniatures. I mean, there's a lot, but why do we need
what?
Why do we need guns
and
miniatures?
Grenades? Yeah. I don't know.
No, see, for me, I just on the cursory, it just seems like a mess.
Yeah. Maquis. And that is the proper way to pronounce that one.
Thanks to Star Trek. So it's a solo game.
I don't see the point of solo analog games. The only solo analog game I'll play is graphic novels ones, the Choose Your Own Adventure graphic novel ones, but I think it's by Van Ryder.
Yeah. Oh, another 5th edition game, 130 horrific miniature monsters deck. So it's just a monster manual, and it's already at 50,000. It only had $6,000 goal. Did you have a physical production run? Yeah, it is $40 for a physical production run. It's fascinating. Reroll, create and customize your D&D characters in pixel art. Nope. Age of Civilization, the pocket size. Tom and the guys were talking about this today. They're saying that this game looks... Oh, look at it. It's a pocket-sized Civ game.
Tom has a huge problem with pocket-sized games.
Why?
He craps on Tiny Epic all the time because he doesn't understand why the games have to be tiny. Conversely, then you had the Game on Games made Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
So...
It's a huge game.
Yeah.
I can see the appeal of portable games. Whenever Nicole and I go on vacation, we'll take 3 or 4 games with us. So we can take 3 or 4 small games with us.
Yeah, there's my stack right there.
Yeah.
A lot of Tiny Epics.
Yeah, because we have Tiny Epic Galaxies, Tiny Epic Quest.
Yeah.
We've got
Tiny Epic Western.
Yeah, we don't have that one. We do have we like taking dice games with us. Mystery of the Temples is very popular. It's got a big footprint, but it's a very small package. Yeah, I know that. It's a mint game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canadian designer.
Yeah, exactly. So
there's games.
But I guess it's one of those situations where like, give me a big game or give me nothing. It's like, well, no, there's a demand for it. I just don't like the civilization building games. It just
so I'm gonna plug that one more time. Subquark Games. This is Mint Tin Skullduggery.
So this.
There you go, Dave. This
hasn't. Well, they put their goal at 133,000. That's really surprising that they did that. 9th of April, so back sort of a few days ago. Cooperative action adventure game, Planet of the Apes: The Miniatures board game. Now, there's already a Planet of the Apes cooperative game on the market. It costs about $80. It's on my list of games to review because it was given to me from Dice Tower to review.
They've got the backing of Fox.
No, they just...
No, they've got their logo.
Well, you have to have it. You have to pay Fox money.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get to put that logo on there because you have to pay for the rights. But it's using the new one. That's the big difference. Yeah. The big difference is that it's actually referencing the new game and not the new movies, not the old ones. And that's why it's costing a lot more to them. Starts off at...
I have a problem. I have a worry about that one because the last time I saw a good IP go on a board game, the board game turned out crappy.
What was that? Walking Dead?
Yep. And the reason why is because they had to pay AMC so much money.
Oh yeah, some of these franchise costs, so the costs are just insane. I should be, hopefully. I mean, it's ironic that I've been seeing the reviews for Hellboy.
No,
they've all been really bad.
I'm not surprised.
But the Hellboy game, they posted the rule book. So I'm sure the guys who made the board game were like, damn, we're kind of hoping that movie was going to be good. No, it doesn't matter. Your game is not really connected to that. Co-op, 1 to 4 players. That box just looks big. It's just an illustration. It looks big. Tell me,
wow.
I saw that in the image. Do they really do that?
Yeah.
Giant plastic trees. Question, did you need that? That's just excess for the sake of excess.
Yeah.
But look at that early bird. $250.
Whew.
Hey, you spent more than that.
Yeah, but see, Planet of the Apes for me is like
3 trees.
Yeah.
2-sided game board.
Planet of the Apes for me is kind of like, it's like a bad movie you watch, but you know it's bad.
I'm trying to understand. If it's cooperative, who do you play then? Do you play as... I guess the humans have to be the bad guys then, because you have to be playing as the apes, right? Cooperative action-adventure game.
I honestly don't know.
So you go through all the miniatures. I'm trying to see when...
So this is the Apes Army.
Right. And then we have the human army. Red, because he's a bad guy. That's some stretch goals you got there, guys.
No, they haven't even hit that one.
Well, because they haven't hit their goal yet.
Mm-hmm.
So they have that, and then all the other goals are blocked. Okay. Planet of the Apes.
This is the expansion.
Oh, the expansion.
Now, guess what? You get Liberty and also the crash. Isn't that his pod crash?
That's his spaceship crashing.
Yeah. 4 game boards.
And then a whole bunch of those apes characters. That's almost like a completely separate game.
It looks like it is.
Humans, astronauts. Then who do you play here if it's cooperative? You play as the humans or you play as the apes? We have been scrolling for a minute. I have yet to see a rule. Customize your own forest.
Let's go back up. Customize your own forest. What?
Oh. Customize your own mirror forest and or create an environment for all your miniature tabletop games so you can use the forest for other things. Oh. Because you can buy a whole bunch of extra trees.
Uh-huh.
And those trees are not small.
Wow. Those are huge trees.
Well, they have to support 35mm miniatures. Now we get to gameplay. How far? How far was that? A minute and a half? Like 90 seconds of scrolling? Like 10 pages down? I will not back this game on general principle. The fact that they spent 90% of their page just talking about all their miniatures, all their expansions.
60%.
No, yeah, but imagine the rest of it is going to be like scrolling through their...
Choose your troops, yeah.
Sit drumming the trees and join forces. Develop your army.
Face a powerful AI and see your different...
Especially if so soldiers are AI. You think this would be a one-on-one then?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how this is 1 to 4.
Well, yeah, the apes together is strong. So you play as the apes.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys barely talked about... You're back in miniature talking again. And it's all in French. It's like, oh, now... So, yeah, so to make matters worse, the rest of this scrolling list is just a bunch of French advertising. And advertising in French language.
Wow.
Now, back to English again. Game overview. So now we have a game overview video. Let's play. Sneak peek. And then credits. Boy, are you guys not getting a dime of my money. I'm sorry. You barely talked about the rules for maybe half a page. I couldn't tell how this game even plays.
No.
Not a chance. I got burned once and I learned my lesson. That's a big, hard pass.
Which one burned you?
Through a rock. Okay, Ocean, standalone game in the Evolution series. Oh, I didn't realize we had another Evolution. Oh, I have heard of this.
Oh, yeah.
$45. So it's some of the same people who did Evolution, but they've made a different game, obviously. Oh, look at those! Look at those! They're so adorable. So it feels like a different game. Mm-hmm. It's not just a reskin.
You know, and honestly, this would be an easier one for me to get into than Evolution because Evolution is just so expensive.
There's a lot you can get for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is a possibility for me.
Yeah, this could be a possibility just because Evolution is quite popular in our group. I wonder how much conflict there is on this one. Asteroid impact. That's cool. So yeah, that could be a game. What do we have here? 500. They had a $500 or more. Oh, jeez.
Oh, but that's the painting.
Yeah, I know it's still. $3,000.
Box cover painting. Wow.
Yeah, she literally will give you a plus and box cover. Nobody's bought it. It's only one of those. That you have to have some big hairy corners.
$70 deluxe edition.
$45 for the retail version. That's a big price difference. I've seen deluxe editions be like $5 more, and I've seen it be twice as much. Is this the? I think it's standard. Then what's the deluxe version?
Well, you went past it. It probably would tell us.
$700.
No,
I want the deluxe version. That's way up here. Special goals, you'll be able to choose your language version. Blah blah blah. It just says deluxe version. I want to know what deluxe has. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, and talks about all their other games. That's wonderful. Here we go. Plastics.
Scroll up.
You get gummies.
Includes translucent.
Yeah, $215 translucent acrylic fish tokens instead of the cardboard fish tokens in standard edition.
Custom premium matte card sleeves. Go to retail.
Yeah, in which case, I'm still on that issue that if the retail version is the one I'd buy, why bother backing? Did you see? I felt this was very fishy. Did you see Shut Up and Sit Down cover this one?
No.
I've never seen them do a review for a game on Kickstarter. But they did. A full-on review, not a preview. A full-on review for a game that hadn't been released. And they called this the single best game they've played. Full stop. Like, one person said it was the best game they've ever played. It's a social deduction game. That's all it is. And the box is gigantic. And apparently you actually you hold the box open. Like there's a game master, a storyteller that holds the two boxes open. This seems to be improvisation, but I wouldn't be surprised if the final version opened up like a book. And then you basically go through the storyline and so forth. And then people like some people are civilians, some people there it is. It's him and her, and that they just this thing made its campaign money based on this review, because this review has just been. I was like, this game hasn't even come out yet. I thought they didn't do that. Like Dice Tower is a specific rule; they don't review games you can't buy.
How much is it buying?
$1. No, $79. So
what's the deluxe? There's got to be a deluxe.
Retail pledge.
No, $79.
Yep. I mean, I don't do social deduction games, social deduction party games. 5 to 20 players. Like literally, my maximum group generally is 4. So just on that logic alone, I can't.
It might be interesting for me.
Yeah. Carnival Zombies. So this is a remake of a game called Carnival Zombie. I know I think this was on a short list for me some time ago. I don't know exactly when it was on my list when the first one came out. But this line right there just annoys me in general principle.
The legendary hard co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your game's exceedingly high difficulty is a mark of that you have pride, I am walking the F away from you. Right? Because right now there's a big controversy. Yeah. There's a big controversy right now with a video game, Sekiro, which is a video game done by the same people who did Dark Souls, and it's once again like all the other games that From Software does. It is exceptionally difficult, and there's been an outcry from some people who were reviewing it, and then some people in the community for From Software to put out an easy mode, get this game to be accessible by a large audience, and then of course all of these entitled tribal gamers are all going hardcore saying, no, this game, you're impeding on their artistic integrity. This game doesn't need a hard mode. Everyone can play this game. You can just handle it. Maybe it's not for you. You play something else. And I've gotten so friggin' angry when someone says, well, if the game's too difficult, just play another game. Like, you don't have to play this game. I'm sure there's another game for you. Like, that is such a tribalistic comment. Every time I see that, I was like, I want to say to this person to your face, I literally actively hate you now for having said that. You are telling me I am not allowed to enjoy this game because it's too difficult. You are telling me to walk away. You are literally excluding me out of your game, playing this game, because you think, oh, it's not for you. It's not for you. There are other games. It's like, there are people who have severe issues playing a game, right? Sometimes they can have physical disabilities and so forth. They're saying, this game's not for you. It's practically borderline racist. But it's that level of tribalism, me versus you, that I have a real problem with.
I would argue that it's okay to say that because it's the same thing of, let's lower the standards in school because some people are just too stupid to get through school. And what do you have now? A bunch of idiots that have graduated.
Well,
right?
The thing is the fact that if someone... Yeah, but... I failed English in grade 8. I was considered an underperforming student.
I failed physics.
And that was because they didn't know how to teach me. That's not a failing. They're not saying, well, this student's too stupid, he shouldn't be educated. It's because the system is screwed up. And they have to find ways to outreach that student to make that person excel. Any person can find a home, can excel if given the proper situation. And the fact that we say, oh, like I was taken out of chemistry because I was failing my sciences, and they're saying you should go into sci-tech, which is like the stupid person. It's a science class you take when you're going to be a welder all your life. And I got really insulted that they thought I wasn't smart enough to handle this. And so I went back in. I dropped out of that, went into biology, and then made a point of taking Math 11 and Math 12 and taking all those courses because the system failed me. And so it's one of those situations where someone says, "Oh, I want this game to be difficult, so only so I can endorse that tribalism and get that fanatical, loyal group." I mean, look at this war of mine. There are people who say, "Oh, this war of mine isn't difficult." Like, well, then you're playing it wrong.
But then again, I play a different game.
Yeah.
So,
but true. But if someone says this, if you paid for that and you don't want to get rid of it, we always say just make it easier. And I always say that if everyone's just making it easier on their own, or homebrewing it to make it easier, that means we're already corrupting your artistic vision. So why not you give us the rules to make it easier instead of us having to do it for you? No. So yeah, no. Right off of that, if they're taking pride in their game being supremely difficult, then I think I'll give it a pass.
Rado and the Dice Tower and everybody are giving.
Yeah, but remember, Tom's a glutton for punishment. Tom has stated that some of his favorite co-op games he has never won, and he plays them repeatedly, even though they're not going to win because he enjoys the experience. And there are people who aren't like that. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
If I lose a game, lose a game 8 times in a row, that game will either get homebrewed or it's going to go on the shelf and never get played again. And that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's why the most successful Dark Souls are the ones that are easier, which no one ever states. Suddenly games are, yeah. I think Alien Isolation, people were bitching how hard the game is. They came out with an easier difficulty and a harder difficulty, and it did a lot better. People say, oh, the game didn't need it. But they sold more, didn't they?
Huh. So I do have this one, to go review it later.
Yeah. So, no, I think I'm going to stay out of this one's way. I mean, the art design looks good. Actually, the art design looks really good.
Yeah, it might be one I'm actually going to back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
900 euros.
What's that get you?
Apocalypse Insurance. Dracula's original artwork, deluxe contents, Carnival Zombie 2nd edition.
Okay, so what's the all-in, not stupid one?
Dracula's original artwork. There it is. 85 euros. So, $128.
What's the one down further from that one?
300 euros. That has artwork.
Oh, yeah. So it's not too bad then.
So 85 euros, and then the retail version is 65 euros. It is still $98.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah. I don't know. The Seas of Vodari, 5th edition, Swashbuckling Sorcery. Also, 5th edition book. Also, $50,000. Okay, cool. Papillon. Papillon. I'm going to pronounce it correctly again. Papillon.
I'm going to pass on this one only because I just don't know what the heck the game's about.
Butterflies.
Oh, yeah. No, but I've that's it.
Oh, yeah, but the same thing question with Wingspan. It's like Wingspan, but with butterflies. I'm really close to backing this. I'm actually surprised it hasn't been doing better. I think Dice Tower is doing a playthrough of this maybe tomorrow. I want to see how it plays. It looks really, really pretty. Backing base game $39. Deluxe version is $55. Not expensive. Lots of cool components. I think the question everyone else has is these cool stand-up flowers. Do you have to build them each time you play the game? And the answer, of course, is yes. You would have to. Otherwise, you would never be able to put these in a box. It's neat.
Depends on how tall they are.
It's a gimmick, mind you, but it's a neat gimmick.
Because if you think about photosynthesis, you have the trees in that one that you can put together and you don't have to ever build them again.
Yeah, but that's true. Like I said, it's I'm going to be backing probably a game. I don't know if it's going to be this one, but we'll see. Tabletop Miniatures board game, $189,000. Ignite. Okay, first of all, dumb name. Pledge Manager Access, again, $1. $89 for base game, $120. Is that the exchange rate we're at? Wow, what a world we live in. $159 plus the freeze. So, $212. All-in pledge is $252. There you go.
Nope.
But it has centaurs. It's 18 oversized miniatures. Okay. Asymmetric race abilities, very miniatures. 55 millimeter. Wow. 55 millimeter. Dice-free game, including solo co-op.
Oh, pass.
What?
Dice-free games don't do it for me.
You like that. You like chucking dice.
I do like chucking dice.
I think it depends on the situation. I think dice chucking can solve a problem. I don't like dice being included because there's not enough game. Let's throw in dice. Like, dice is not an end-all, be-all. It's not your magic. It's not the holy grail. You can't just add dice to make a game work.
No, of course not.
A lot of people do, though. Is that guy actually being stabbed in the back? Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? Dagger in the back, damage tracking system?
That's actually pretty cool.
I guess... Man, they should do a Dead Space board game and then the same thing where you can actually... you know what? Have little holes down his back. What?
I think it stopped recording.
You or me?
Me.
Yours did, yeah. Why does it stop?
Don't know.
So, yeah, they should do a Dead Space one and have little pegs, and you slip like pegs just like Battleship into his back to denote damage. Tabletop Simulator, play now. I always think that's really ballsy. If you put your game on Tabletop Simulator, you must have a lot of confidence in your game. Mm-hmm. It also tells me that your game is basically 100% done and you don't need money, but whatever. Okay, so we're missing Ancient Warfare card game, Paradise Lost. That's a new one. Mining Colony. Where? Oh, I heard about these. They're organizers, but yeah. Sundown, Infinity's Edge, Moonstone Skirmish game. What's that?
Yeah, why is popularity not coming up with...
Is the campaign still going on?
Yeah, that's just going to go check.
No, it must be. It must be still going on. It only started a few weeks ago.
7 days left, yeah.
Yeah. Promenade, the game of impressionist art.
Pass.
They're doing an expansion for this? Wow. You know the game that Tom thought was the worst game of the year? There we go. There's mine. Where's yours? I heard about this one. I heard about Endangered. Now, where is yours? Movie, Crumbs, Contagion Chronicle. Wow.
Yeah, where the heck
did I miss it?
I think maybe. Folklore.
No, I'm not adding the bookmark, you idiot. Nope.
Yeah, you did pass it. It's right there.
All right, we'll close that off. So Paradise Lost, what is this one? Be a hero. Free our fables. Oh,
pretty bored.
Yeah, art style looks really good. Just card art for the Big Bad Wolf, Medusa, and Troll. I just wish your monsters were original. So it's Grimm. It's Grimm. Aladdin, Alice, Red Riding Hood, Merlin traveled the Trail of Mystics. All right, lost interest.
Yep. That's only because no one seems to be able to do a Grimm game well.
It's not that. I just think that it's lazy. Just create an original.
Yeah.
Create an original lore.
But I'd be okay with the Grimm one. Just it needs to grab my nostalgia, and all the ones just
except the fact that Disney can do it better than anybody.
Yeah.
Disney owns all those IPs. Well, they don't own them, but they can do it better looking than all of yours.
Yeah, but even then, Disney can't really make a great game because
I didn't say they make a great game. I'd say they would make the game that would destroy everybody else. Didn't say it was good or not, but
I played Villainous the other night, and
yeah,
that looks like a heavy RPG-esque game. The fact that you got dice beside all the minis, like, yikes.
Back now and save.
It should actually be back now and wait.
Now it's Shard Hunters. Oh, they just made their goal. Like, literally, 17-4-7, 17-9. It's a card game.
What is this? Is that what it's based on or something? Yeah.
Nah. Just nah.
Yeah.
Promenade. What is this?
Looks boring.
Oh, the painting. Oh, it's steady now.
It looks blah.
You don't know. Just because it doesn't have flash. Okay, it is boring. It does look,
Yeah.
It does look kind of boring. Okay. Now, I've backed this one, and I'm sorry that I have, but I'm tempted to pull back just because I may back the tower defense one instead. This is a cooperative game. I like the build, and the playthrough I saw is interesting. You actually have to try to connect, like you start, like your maples are here, and you actually have to build roads to these various areas, and you get to unlock things. And
so it's no escape, but different?
No, not even similar to no escape at all. The no escape, this is fully cooperative. And so you're trying to build out to connect to these areas, and then you have this cool wheel that changes, and you get different possible actions. And I know that there's one thing you can do, like as this rotates around, you can roll dice and try to gain certain things based on where the wheels are. It's really interesting, and it's adorable. Look at that! Look at that! Tell me that's not adorable. I had to get it because like even the shark's adorable, even though he's probably eating something at that moment in time. But yeah, I'm getting it because it looks adorable, and I know Nicole's gonna like it. And it's also not terribly expensive, $48 US for the deluxe version. Basic version is $38, but $48 for a deluxe is pretty good. They've made their goal, but I think they probably are hoping to get more money than that. 18 days to go. I heard a danger. Some people, well, it hasn't its goal yet. It will eventually.
Yeah. I looked at this one, and it just looks so bland.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, here is your favorite thing in the world. Folklore, The Fall of the Spire. 500,000 of their 40,000 goal. 3,000 backers. 7 days to go. Basic. This is just for their expansion. How many expansions are there? Like, there's a core game, and then there's 2 more?
There's Dark Tales in this one.
And you have Dark Tales. When did Dark Tales come out?
Came out last year. Well, I mean, I got it last year, but
right.
It was Kickstarter in 2018.
We reviewed Folklore, by the way. Check it out on this channel. I don't need to sell this. We know what you think, but pledge level $60 gets you to the new expansion. Mm-hmm. What's the difference here? $60 Squire, $60 Retailer. Okay. $99 Executioner. Backer who has... Okay, so you get that and the bonuses. Guard Dog and Dark Tail. So if you want to get all in, you have to get... That's the part that bothers me.
That's everything Folklore, though.
Yeah, I know. But it's still $500.
But here's the thing. Scroll down. So all these wonderful minis, which is good. Sure. Whatever.
I love that. Tell me that guy isn't standing out like a sore thumb.
That's a gentleman, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep scrolling.
Yeah, it's nice. The miniatures are definitely pretty.
Nope, that's not what but it's what they give you. So they changed the combat system, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Games. They talk about the game, jumping in. The construction of their page is really good.
Oh, Tim Jennett and his old one. Yeah.
Yes, Toy Order of Gamers, Rule Book, Print and Play Review. I'm just waiting for. There we go. Pledge levels. So that's that. That's what you get there.
Yeah, $99.
This thing. It's where you store all your minis.
And then the 180, and then the 189. Come on, where's the 369? There it is. That is a lot of game.
That is a lot of game for 369.
That is a lot of game for 369.
Yeah.
Now, if only it felt... I don't know. We played it once. I want to play it again. But I'm hoping there's more story.
Yeah, no, there's a new storybook and everything.
I know. No, hope there's more story. Hope there's more an interesting story. Because that's why I thought that Grimslingers was the better setting, but it had the inferior game. Yeah, I'm not made of money. I know you're made of money. I'm not made of money. So this is the one you've currently backed. You're waiting for. Mm-hmm. Ocean Crisis is the one I'm back. I may back the tower defense game, but I have a rule right now that I'm not going to back multiple things at the same time. So, by the end of this week, I will have decided between Papillon, Ocean Crisis, and the tower defense game, Kingdom Rush, to see which one of those I'm going to back. I'm going to back one of them, and right now it's Ocean Crisis. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. Maybe if once my game launches end of this week, maybe I'll change my mind when sales come in. I go, I'm making money. Maybe I should back another game. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff on the market right now. A lot more miniature games, but nothing's taking off. Like You notice that the game that seemed to be making the most money other than yours were 5th edition RPGs.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Mine's going up soon, by the way. A few weeks. But that's it for Kickstarter for April.
Yes, sir.
How many more do you have left to go? I should be getting Hellboy.
I've lost track. Too many.
There should be 2 of them that should be showing up in April and May. We'll go June.
Yeah. Or later, December.
All right, so I have been Chris.
And I've been Dave. And remember, the rules are just an exception. Play the game how you want to play it.
The rules are just an exception?
Yes.
They are an exception. So literally play the game exactly the opposite of how they tell you to play.
That's right.
All right.